St. John Fisher School takes the leap, transitioning to distance learning through hybrid learning model. COVID-19 caught all of us off guard. It affected our lives in so many ways that it forced us to think new ways, develop new paradigms and mechanisms that will help us succeed in combating the spread of this virus. The education sector, for its part, is doing its best to ensure the continuous education and learning of students. In the words of Deputy Secretary Leonor M. Briones, education must continue even in times of crisis, whether it may be calamity, disaster, emergency, quarantine, or even war. The question then is, how would education happen and how would learning take place when students are not actually physically going to school to attend classroom classes? There are a number of learning modalities that have been in existence for many years now. Let us enumerate and describe them one by one. Face-to-face learning, also called traditional setting. Learning happens inside the classroom. Homeschooling. Learning happens at home. The parents or guardians determine what curriculum to use. Often, they would choose and create lessons and set schedule, choose the books, and design the learning plan of their kids. Just like all other regular school, homeschooling is regulated by the government. Distance learning. Educational course that is delivered remotely. Students can complete some or all of their schoolworks without having to be physically present in a classroom. It is a form of education with very little or no face-to-face interaction between students and their teachers. There are different types of distance learning, like the offline mode, example of which is modular learning, and the online mode, also known as the virtual mode. The offline mode and the online mode are two of the teaching and learning modalities that the St. John Fisher School will use. In the offline mode, where students are not required to go or be online, our teachers will prepare and provide their students printed modules or study materials for our students to read and learn from without online participation. Examples are workbook, work and activity sheets. They will be ready for pickup on a given schedule. On the other hand, the online or virtual mode is a learning experience that is enhanced by utilizing computers or smartphones that require internet connectivity. There are different online sites and apps that can be used for online learning, like Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, Facebook, Messenger, OneNote, and others. As has been explained in our earlier post, virtual learning can happen in two ways, synchronous and asynchronous. In synchronous learning, students and teachers are both online. This can be done through video conferencing, chatting, or live calls. This allows instant feedback from students to teachers and vice versa, while asynchronous learning happens at the own pace of the students. The teachers will provide online links or lessons for the students to study and work on based on a given period of time in a day. There will be guided activities like video watching, gamified activities, reflections, and reactions. When all else is said, one important question remains. Is St. John Fisher School ready for it? In all humility, yes. SJFS is ready for it. Our teachers have been preparing and training for it to make them better equipped in meeting the many challenges the education sector is facing right now. Your school will ensure that your education and learning will be made more meaningful through engagement and interaction as SJFS takes the lead. Learning experience via alternative program. This program brings learning up a notch by using a hybrid learning model that incorporates a variety of teaching and learning approaches. We will be with you as we guide you through these teaching and learning approaches. Join us as we take the lead.